Hey y'all, welcome back to the shop. Today, finally got the tool that I've been waiting for to do the head gasket on Plan B. Got it in, got it all set up here, ready to go. So I got the head gasket all cleaned up. So let's get to getting this thing back together. And I'll show you what the new tool is. Alright y'all, here's the new tool. It's a hot plate burner, electric. I searched every store I could think of here in town. A couple of them said they had them. Went in, not one on the shelf. So I had to order it off of Amazon. And of course the shipping got messed up on that. So I had to wait for it. That's why the last video we didn't get it done. But we got it here now. We're going to get it done. I used to use like a propane torch, heat them up, get them all, good and hot, let them cool down. I think what's happening is I'm not getting an even heat disbursement over the head gasket, so it has hard and soft spots on it. I did a bunch of research online and stuff, and it seems like the karting guys, the guys that do the go-kart racing engine builds and stuff, this is how they're doing them. So we're gonna lay it on there and crank the thing to high and let her cook away. So as soon as she gets good, and the ones that they were using, they would actually get red hot. So we're gonna get her cooking and see what happens. So let's see if she turns red hot. Now, if you guys can see that or not, she's starting to change color pretty good all along this line here. The other side's already all changed color, so we're going to let her go a little bit longer here and see what happens. Alright y'all, it looks like it's gotten good and hot to me. So I'm going to just turn this off, and we're going to let her sit there and cool down. And I'll probably take some Scotch-Brite, clean it up, and get any of that surface whatever contamination off of it. And we are going to use little I don't know if we're going to use spray or the copper seal, but either one, we're going to use a little bit of that on there too, and we'll get it back on once it gets cool enough that I can touch it. So we'll bring y'all back when it's cool enough we can touch. Alright y'all, this thing is soft enough or cool enough that I can touch it, and all that blackness is coming mostly right off. Just rubbing it with my hands. We may have to take a little bit of Scotch-Brite and touch up the other areas there, but yeah, and this thing actually feels a lot softer now than before. So I don't think I got it annealed correctly the first time. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a little Scotch-Brite to this, or maybe a little fine sandpaper. Get that surface all nice and cleaned up all the way around here, both sides, and we'll be ready to put her back on. So, all right, hang on. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put a little bit of ultra copper on here. I decided to go with that instead of the spray, and I'm just doing a real thin coat of this. Not that a thick coat would hurt, but I don't want it squeezing down in the cylinder, so I'm just basically barely covering the surface. And my tube of ultra copper is starting to dry out, which it'll be alright. I just hope it don't blow a hole somewhere around the outside edge and shoot me with ultra copper sealant. I guess that's how the manufacturers of this stuff get you. They put it in such a big tube and they charge so much for it. The stuff ends up drying out, and you got to go buy more, and you're stuck with another big tube that's going to eventually dry out. So that's just my theory. My theory, and a quarter will get you might get you a cup of coffee. But all right, good enough for the girls we date. Slide that on there. Alright, I get to do this side here. Try to get this bottom side here good, since that's where we had the issue the last time. If you guys can hear the mower, that's my neighbor mowing his grass for I know at least the third time this week. I don't know why he mows it so much, but I know the other day whenever I went out after work, he had just mowed the day before. I was no more than 3/4 of the way done mowing mine. He was back out on his mower, recutting his. I don't know if he can't stand to have my grass or anybody else's in the neighborhood grass shorter than his, but if that's what makes him happy, it makes him happy. So, all right, I think we got her. Alright, I'll grab the head and we'll get that set down on there, and we'll start bolting this thing back together. Alright, y'all. Moment of truth. And we get this thing to drop back down on here. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Locate my head bolts here. And I'll get them put back down in there. Now, if this was one of my other engines I was building, we'd definitely head stud it. But being I don't know what the inside of this thing is, and I don't think it's that high a compression and stuff, so I'm not going to worry about head studding this thing. So, alright, let me get these snugged down and torqued, and we'll bring you all back. Alright, y'all, got the old Carlisle torque wrench out here, and I got it set to 200 inch-pounds. That's the first sequence, so I'm just doing it in a cross hatch pattern here. So okay, there's the first one, or second one, I'm sorry. Alright, that's 200 inch-pounds. Now the next one is 320. Alright, same thing. Okay. Give me my socket back. Alright, there we go. Got it all torqued on. I'll work on getting the valve cover, or get the rockers reset, valve cover back on, and get the intake and the exhaust back on, and we're ready to test fire this thing. So I don't know if you guys want to watch me put all that stuff back on. Maybe I'll turn the camera on, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out from here. Alright, y'all. Got the heads on, the valve covers on, everything's all torqued there. I'm going to put a little right stuff gasket maker where the intake ports are at. So I'm just going to put a small amount around the intake just to make sure it seals. So I'm reusing the old gaskets. This stuff's pretty good at sealing, so alright, there's that one. Get that one on the other side here. Make sure I step over there and make sure I get it good. Oh yeah, we got her good there. Now, just need to bolt the intake back on here. Intake and carb throttle linkage is still hooked up and everything, so need to get that oil pressure line up above it, and should be able to sit that thing right down in place. Maybe. There we go. Get the bolt hole lined up, maybe. There it goes. Make sure we can get our oil pressure line plugged in there, or pinched in there. There's that one side. Come over here and we'll do this side. Now I always use the right stuff on the intake gas if I'm reusing gaskets, because it is fuel impervious. Use it on car intake manifolds and stuff. The gas and alcohols and stuff don't affect it. So, all right. Click, click. Click, click. Alright, man, I'm throwing everything. Alright, there's that. Just need to get a zip tie, and we'll zip tie these wires up out of the way so they don't get down into the flywheel or anything. Next part is to put the exhaust manifold back on, or exhaust pipe back on. So I need to get it, and I'm going to use a little bit of that copper coat around there again. So I'll get that all set up and get that on, and then we'll bring you all back. Alright y'all, got that copper coat on there. So we're going to go ahead and put this exhaust manifold back on, maybe. Oh, there it goes. That slid on there nicely. Usually don't go on there that nice. Get our nuts started on there. Alright, I can't do it from that angle, so but that's all there is to getting the exhaust manifold back on. So I'm going to grab a wrench here, because you can't really get a socket on them. Alright y'all, there we go. I'm going to tighten those 10 or 2 up off camera. They're just a pain to get into, so, and I'll be blocking the camera. So next thing is the adjust the timing. I've already showed you guys how to do that whenever I installed this crank trigger on this tractor. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then get some fuel tomorrow when this place is open, and we'll be ready to fire this thing up. So we'll bring you back whenever I got the fuel and the timing adjusted, and we'll fire her up. Alright y'all, got methanol in it, Carburetor's all hooked, everything. I've already test ran it to make sure that there's no leaks. So only thing left to do is to hit the key and fire her up. Right on, y'all. I think I need to turn the idle up on it just a little bit. But first, I need to open the garage door because this stuff's killing me. So, let me get the garage door open. We'll adjust that idle and bring you back. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for this video. We got Plan B fired up. Sounds pretty good. Head gasket seems like it's all sealed up. Timing sounds good now that I adjusted it. Still need to do a little tweaking on the carburetor. Probably have Mark come over and help me do that. He's a whole lot better than I am at it. So appreciate y'all watching. Remember, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Get the notifications of everything we do here in the garage, kitchen, tractor pulls, wherever we happen to be. So I appreciate y'all, and stop in the Sunday live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's always a good time. So that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you get some pulling videos coming out soon too. So love y'all, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.